Okay, the first thing I'd like to do is go over MLA formatting. Everyone should have picked this up in the book, read over the material, but I want to give you a hands-on opportunity to see exactly what I'm talking about. So the paper that you see on the screen is an actual student paper. You'll also see on the screen the little boxes that tell you exactly what the student was supposed to do. You can find this paper at the OWL at Purdue. Just do a search on that and do a search on MLA, and it'll bring this paper up. So let's talk about what we see on the screen. Upper right hand corner is the student's last name and page number. That's actually in the header. Okay, over on the, and I'll show you how to create the header in just a moment. Over here on the left is the class information. So you would have your last name or your full name, my name, the course number, and then the date. And notice how the date is 12 February 2012. Your date should be something similar. So it should be, today's date is October the 2nd, it should be 2 October 2014. Okay, so that's how your first page should look. Let's go down here to the title of the page. Notice that the titles are centered and written in 12-point Times New Roman font. So the title font looks just like the rest of the paper. You shouldn't, no underlines, no anything. If it happens to be the title of a book, then you would put it in italics. And speaking of that, anytime you use anytime you use the title of a book or a movie, a record album, those should all be in italics. Now, if you use something like a short story from a book, you would put the short story in quotations, or a song off of an album, that would be in quotations, or a poem out of a book, that would be in quotations. Okay, so over here you'll see again the 12-point Times New Roman font. That's exactly what it should be throughout your paper. For those that are going to change the font size to lengthen the paper, once you send it to me, I will reduce the font size, make it the correct size, and see what it does to your paper. Okay, so let's scroll down through here and look at some other things. Notice this says that the introductory paragraph or introduction should set the context for the rest of the paper. Tell your readers why you are writing and why your topic is important. I always tell students in the opening paragraph, you need to hit me with something hard. Make it interesting, some type of statistics. Let me know why I should care about the paper I'm about to read. Okay. The thesis statement is usually the last sentence of the introduction. The thesis should be clear. It should clearly show your position. And let's see, go on to the next paragraph. If your paper is long, you may want to write about how your paper is organized. This will help your readers follow your ideas. Also, MLA requires double spacing. I know everyone's thrilled about the double spacing. They do not single space. Let's continue down through here. Let's keep going. All right, let's stop right here. Let's look right here. You see, this is a quote, and what the student has done has told where the quote is from. And notice that Danoff 5 is in parentheses inside the period. A lot of students are putting it outside the period. It's on the inside. Okay, so you do that whenever you give a direct quote. When you summarize, you'll do the same thing. You'll see right here, it's a summary. And as long as we're on that, right here it says in-text citations occur after the quote but before the period. My expectation is your sources are quoted in text. So this is what I expect to see right here. Somewhere in your paper I expect to see your source being quoted. In the past I've had a lot of students that will not use any of the sources to do an in-text citation. Okay, my expectation is if you went out and you found sources, then they should appear in your paper. I'm going to keep scrolling down until we can find a block quote. People should be excited about the block quote because it'll take up more space. Okay. Use block quotes when quotations are longer than 4 typed lines. Notice that all the lines are indented. Okay. However, notice at the end, you're not going to be responsible for footnotes, so you don't have to worry about the little 3 there. But notice in a block quote, your citation is outside the period. Okay. And again, here's where it says that all of your lines should be indented 1 inch. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the end of the paper. Before we do that, let's talk about the conclusion. The conclusion wraps up what you have been discussing in your paper. You do not present new information in your conclusion. You're just briefly restating what you have discussed in your paper. Okay, let's go down. This is notes. You shouldn't have any notes, but you will have your works cited page. Notice it is at the very end of your document. Don't send me 2 documents. Send me 1 document with the works cited page being at the end. So let's talk about the works cited page. You notice the first work, okay? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 lines. Notice that the first line is flush left, and then the rest of the lines are indented. Okay? So your works cited page should look exactly like the student's. Also notice that the works are in alphabetical order. One thing that I do not want you to do is provide me the web address. So you don't need to do, if you're quoting USA Today, you don't have to do HTTP, blah, 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 blah. Okay? All you have to do is say USA Today, the date that the article was written, that it's on the web, and the date that you looked at it. Okay, and that's really quickly. That's MLA formatting. Your paper should look exactly like this student's paper. There's no reason why you should be sending me a paper that is not properly MLA formatted, especially after going through this. So please let me know if you have any questions about your paper, about MLA formatting. Those are easy points. The MLA formatting is easy points to get and easy points to lose. All right, that's it.